Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, May 29th. I wanted to jump in and start our ELA lesson for today. Um, Last week we talked about internet safety. This week we're going to read a fun story and answer some questions. It should be pretty quick and it should be a fun activity for everyone to participate in. So I hope that we all have some fun on this Friday. And then later I will do some news updates for you and we'll talk about the weather and all that fun stuff. So let me jump in and share my screen. Okay, so Friday, May 29th, our ELA objectives are that we are going to read Ava and Andy's map, which is the very last story in your packet. We're going to take a look at the COM board and retell the story using some pictures. Then we are going to pause and answer questions about the story. Then we'll do a quick review, and then you guys are just going to have a wonderful weekend. So let me jump in with a new share. So we are looking for this page in your packet. It's the very last story. It says Ava and Andy's map. And I am going to read and you're going to follow along in your packet. All right, let's get started. All right, Ava and Andy found a map. They are going on a walk. They will follow the map. A path is on the map. The path goes back and forth and all around. Ava and Andy follow the path. Ava and Andy walk back and forth and all around, just like the map. Andy sees water. Andy asks, "What is this?" Ava looks at the map. Ava says, "This is a river. Look at the river on the map." The map shows a bridge where Ava and Andy can cross the river. Ava and Andy walk on the bridge to cross the river. Andy sees a big pile of rocks. Andy asks, "What is this?" Ava looks at the map. Ava says, "This is a mountain. Look at the mountain on the map." The map shows a road where Ava and Andy can climb over the mountain. Ava and Andy climb the mountain. Wow. Andy sees a lot of water. Andy asks, "What is this?" Ava looks at the map. Ava says, "This is a lake. Look at the lake on the map." Page 8. The map shows where Ava and Andy can cross the lake. They need a boat to cross the lake. Ava and Andy ride a boat across the lake. Andy sees a wall of grass. Andy says, "What is this?" Ava looks at the map. Ava says, "This is a hill. Look at the hill on the map." Ava and Andy look at the map. A picture of ice cream is on the other side of the hill. The map shows Ava and Andy where to climb the hill. Ava and Andy run over the hill. They see the ice cream store. Andy says, "I am happy we have a map." Ava says, "I am happy too. Let's get ice cream." The end. All right, my friends. So now our objective, now that we have read the story, is to retell the story using the COM board. So after the story in your packet, you are going to see the COM board that looks like this, and you are going to follow along as we retell the events of the story using the COM board. And it looks like this in your packet. All right, here we go. Ava and Andy's map. All right, so Ava and Andy have a map. There's a path that goes all over, right? Look, goes this way, that way, back and forth. They follow the map. So they're walking and they're going to follow the map. They see a river, and to cross the river, they go on the bridge. Then they see a mountain. To get over the mountain, they have to go on the road. Then they see a lake, and it's so big they have to take a boat across it. Then they see a hill, and over the hill is the ice cream store. So they followed over here in the pink letter or pink words. They followed the map. They had to cross a river and a lake. They had to climb a mountain. They rode on the boat, all to get to the yummy, yummy ice cream store. All right, my friends. I hope you like that story. It's kind of a fun geography story about maps and how to read maps and what things look like on maps. Um, so our next objective is we're going to pause and answer questions. So after the COM board, you have a page that looks, well, 5 pages. There's 1 question per page. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at the COM board and read the story as many times as you need to, or read the questions and then go back and look at the story to find your answers, to answer those questions. And then you're going to pause this video and you're going to circle your answers and then come back and we will review. All right, so go ahead and pause and answer the questions. All right, friends, let's do a quick review of those questions. So let me share my screen with you and we will look at these answers together. Let me get my pen from up here. All right, so what did Ava and Andy follow on their walk? Well, the whole story is about their map, so we know that they followed the map. Remember, it went this way, that way, back and forth, and they were going to walk and follow the map. Question number 2 down here, what body of water did they see first, right? So they saw 2, but this is asking what did they see first? They came to the river first. Remember, Andy said, what's this? And Ava looked at the map and said, this is a river. Question 3 up here says, what was the big pile of rocks they saw? Well, they didn't see a building and they didn't see candy, although that would be kind of cool. They saw a big mountain and they had to take the road over the mountain. Question 4, what body of water did they have to cross with a boat? Well, they didn't cross the ocean and they didn't cross the river. Remember, the river, they used a bridge. So they used a boat to cross the lake. And last but not least, question number 5, what did they climb to get to the ice cream store? Well, they didn't climb the bridge. Remember, the bridge was for the river. And they didn't climb a ladder. It didn't talk about a ladder at all. They climbed the hill. And then they got to the ice cream store. Excellent. So something I want you to think about are places that you've seen maps before, not just maps for like when you drive a car or, but think of other places that you've seen maps. I've seen maps at the mall when I need to know where a certain store is that I want to go shopping. I've seen maps at Disneyland or at other parks like Woodward Park locally here. It'll show you where certain playgrounds are or barbecue places that you want to go sit at and have picnics with your friends. There are lots and lots of places that you can use maps. Like if you're driving and you want to go somewhere, that's one that sticks out in my mind as the most obvious. I use maps a lot when I'm driving, but there's lots and lots of places that you see maps. So here's something I want you to think about. If you were to draw a map, it could be super simple, like the one that Andy and Ava saw and that they followed in their story. If you were to draw a map of your house or your bedroom or your backyard, what are some things that you would see? Do you have a mountain in your backyard? Probably not, but you might have some chairs or some rocks or some plants. So here's what I want you to do is think of a fun way to represent your backyard or your bedroom or your kitchen or your living room using a map. And on Monday, when we check back in, I'm going to show you my map of my backyard. And then I hope that you can post a picture either in the Remind app or in comments to this video, or maybe next week we'll actually do the live video. I had a meeting last Friday that lasted pretty much all day. And so I'm really trying to find some time to do a live video, but with my 5-month-old, it's kind of difficult. And with other things going on that the end of the year is wrapping up and that I'm supposed to be doing outside of lessons for you guys is it's a little bit challenging for me to set aside a specific time. But I'm really going to try and do that so that we can share some ideas about maps and all that fun stuff. And then be sure tomorrow to go to one of the schools and pick up the packet for the last week of school. And I will have some fun lessons for you next week, and I hope to have some more news. I hope that the NASA rocket launches this weekend and there's no trouble with weather. And so hopefully we'll be able to talk about that on Monday as well. And then, yeah, I'll check back in with you guys after the weekend. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's supposed to start cooling down, so use that nice cool weather opportunity to get outside, go for a walk, move your body. Definitely stay hydrated because I think it's supposed to be in the 80s this weekend. But yeah, stay cool out there and have a great weekend. And I will check in with you guys on Monday. All right, my friends, have a nice one. Bye-bye.